everybody, it's me again, and I wanted to have a discussion topic. The worst Halloween movie, in my opinion, ever. That's my opinion, so don't take it personal. That's Halloween 5 from director Dominic Ortonen Gerard, that asshole who I don't know what he did after that. Piece of shit. I think when he made this movie, first of all, they made it out of the success of the fourth one, because that was really successful, the cool ending, and Mustafa Akkad already admitted that they rushed things in production. But this guy didn't know anything about the movies. He didn't see the movies. He didn't know about the lore. He just put shit in there and completely retcon that. I like 1, 2, H2O, what the fuck, and 4. Now about H2O, Quentin Tarantino himself said he didn't like brother sister angle. I do like brother sister angle. I don't mind. I don't mind. But he said that was super lazy, super lazy. But he said for H2O, Jamie Lee Curtis shouldn't have been there doing that role. She was already famous. It was pure for the fans. I mean, she won an Oscar, for God's sakes, not for Halloween. And she did an exemplary role, because that was the more grounded Jamie Lee Curtis. Laurie Strode, she has PTSD. She moved away from Haddonfield, which I would do either. And of course, she took medication. And at the end, she faces her fears, kills him. They're only but themselves at the end, and she decapitates them. That's the perfect ending and the perfect character development of the entire movie. Now, that's what Tarantino said. He wanted to give her, he said that the director should nominate her for an Oscar for that role, I shit you not. Then the fourth one is a guilty pleasure, especially the ending when Loomis goes crazy and says, "Now!" He sees Jamie, Daniel Harris in the clown mask with the scissors, same style that Myers was standing with the clown suit with the kitchen knife. He's yelling, "Now! Now!" He points his gun. Sheriff Meeker gets the gun away. He sees that agony, because he's not gonna go through that hell again, being her psychiatrist and her being in a catatonic state and knowing she's gonna be a killer, a supernatural killer. He wanted to end it there and now. So they retconned that shit in the fifth movie and made her mute. Okay? She's mute. She can't speak. What she does have is this sort of telekinetic power with Michael Myers, right? She can see what Myers is doing through her eyes. Then you have Dr. Loomis, and when I almost say, Rob Zombie's movies are suck ass, Loomis' character is shitty. At least the first one keeps it keeps what it is. It doesn't change its course. It keeps silly, fuck, sex. And the second one, he becomes a douchebag, but it has some beautiful emotional scenes and cool scenes. So, I mean, but this Donald Pleasance we're talking about, a few years earlier, he did The Prince of Darkness for John Carpenter. He was good in that one as a priest. He's a good actor. Now he's just yelling in somebody's in Jamie's face. What do you know? What do you say? There's a scene where he just throws the table away, you know, pushes the nurse aside, and then, what do you see? He's completely crazy and obsessed with the Loomis we know, with the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. He was okay. He was crazy when he knew he shot him 6 times and he was alive, but he still had this. He was focused, focused. He was not too. He was peaceful and he was focused, stressy but focused, stressed. And then of course we get introduced. I mean, then we get the thing that I really dislike, which a lot of horror movies do, like in the same like Friday the 13th. The final girl, Clarice, she gets killed in the first 5 minutes. Now she wasn't the most popular final girl, but she went to hell and back. You know, did stupid things because she knocked, Mrs. Voorhees down 3 times, and she could have killed her 3 times, but okay, she wins eventually, but then gets killed in the first 5 minutes or 10 minutes or so of the second movie by Jason. And here they do this same stupid thing. But the difference is Heather, who was the foster sister of Jamie, she really went to hell and back to protect her. She was protecting her the entire movie long. She got attacked, cut, stabbed, maybe even. She punched by Michael Myers. She got through all of that just to be killed off because the director wanted to jam a scissor through her neck, and she said no. That's not a respectful way. And eventually, with a lot of discussion, you just see him stabbing her in here in the like collarbone area, and that's how she dies. But she dies. The fucking Dominic Orton Gerard motherfucker kills her off. A character that was so pivotal and so strong in the fourth one dies. And she thinks she hears something. She calls the cops, and then you get these 2 cops searching through her entire house. Now she has a big house, but not that big. They searched every floor, closets, everywhere. He was still hiding in there. He was still in there. How the fuck did they miss him? They come out. Of course, the actors didn't know this. So to give them some credit, the police actors, the deputies, didn't know that there was this boinky, 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 boinky sound behind them, this circus sound, this cartoon sound. And in the entire movie, these cops are the duds, the klutzes of the entire. They eventually get killed off screen with puncture wounds in their necks, watching over a party where a lot of people died by Michael Myers. I'm not gonna review the movie. I'm just saying those things why I hated this. Then the second surrogate of Jamie, Tina. Oh, Tina. She, nothing against the person who plays Tina, but she was so over the top, so childlike, frustrating, annoying. Anyhow, at some point, her boyfriend gets killed. She steps into the car with Michael Myers, but he has another mask on. That's the first time he does that. Then she says, drive. And he's going like he's squeezing the steering wheel, which was a cool idea because he's so angry and mad and enraged. He wants to kill her, but he knows where that party is and he wants to go there to kill them all. And then she says, I want to stop, I want some cigarettes, stop now. And he stops for her, granted, really, just putting on the brakes really hard to let her go get a pack of cigarettes. Tina's getting a pack of cigarettes. And she's like, oinky doinky, oinky doinky, doing that around Jamie and the dog. What's Max or something? The dog. Oh, Jesus Christ. And at the end, when she get killed, everybody wasn't, oh, she get killed. Yeah, she threw herself for Jamie to get one stab wound. And that was enough, but she was dead. She was gone. Fuck you, Tina. And then get the fuck out of here. So badly acted, so over the top, so annoying. And then, of course, we get the man in black that is stepping off a bus with these steel tip shoes, knocks a puppy over, goddamn son of a bitch. We see him later. That's for a few minutes. Who the fuck is this guy? We see him, scouring around the building, in the Myers house. We see that he has this tattoo, the Curse of Thorn tattoo. I'm thinking it's Wynn, Dr. Wynn, but I'm not sure. Then when they're at the Myers house, the police, so Loomis took Jamie away at the party where everybody got killed. He knows he's standing there somewhere between the trees. He's saying, I'm getting her to your home, Michael. If you want to find her, go to your home. So they're going to use her as bait. They have SWAT team cars, the entire police department there. Basically really hard to miss, but okay. But then they get a call that Myers is at the clinic. So everybody goes. Now in the original script, there were two SWAT vans. One went, one stayed. Now Myers would go open the door and they had M16s and they were crammed together and he starts slaying and slashing and putting an M16 in somebody's head and things like that, like 6 SWAT guys. The driver opens the door, bam, knife through the face. That was scripted, filmed, but completely cut out by that asshole Gerard, the director. Because he thought, nah, that looks too silly. Michael Myers can't do that. Michael Myers can do that, motherfucker. Crazy son of a bitch. Then, of course, the house of Michael Myers looks like the haunted house of Disney, which is completely different. Completely different. With these, like, big, giant stone pillars and things like that, and a big garden in front of it with a gate. It was a simple house, an open house around it, but with a small porch and a simple square house with 1 floor. This one had like 2 floors. Then of course we see, I didn't have the scene, I'm prompt. We see Jamie being in the bathtub. Michael's there, and he says, "You're like me." And then we see, of course, the famous scene where he puts off his mask, and we see this big bush of hair because the actor, who played him, what's his name again? Oh, fuck, I said it last time. I can't remember. He was a stuntman. He was a guy from Indian heritage, so he had this long black hair with a tail, and you can see that it was long hair, and then you see a light here, and you see these freckles. It's not burned at all, and it looks like it's a kid, and he's crying. That's like why she says you look like me. saying that he looks like a kid, and then it goes crazy again, and then starts to trying to kill her again, and this and that. You have you have a few good scenes in this one, like the air shaft scene where Michael is hitting the knife through, and that Jamie is in it. You know, that's a cool scene. The scene where he's having that different mask on was cool. The scene where he kills somebody with a sight, that's cool. So you have a few cool scenes. Like I said, Rob Zombie has a few cool scenes. The second one, the first one was a stable movie of meh and fuck, sex, bullies, and talking about cum. That's that's the first one basically. And then a silly Dr. Loomis, who couldn't do shit, who couldn't handle himself in that situation, and basically Loomis, the original one, did. Oh, but okay, that's not this movie. But this movie, just when he captures him, he shoots tranquilizers in him. He puts an iron net on him. He takes a 2x4 and slams it in him. Die, die. So why do you put tranquilizers in him? He's not gonna die. Put some poison in it or something. Then die. And then he falls on him, thinking he's dead by a heart attack, but he is very much alive in the sixth one. And again, God rest his soul, because he dies at the end of the movie during the production at the last scene, where you have two endings where he gets killed off screen. That's just so disrespectful. Then I like the scene more where he becomes the new guardian of Michael Myers, which is also horrible, but at least he stays alive, you know. Then, of course, at the ending, we see Michael Myers sitting in a prison with his fucking mask on. Why? Like 10 cops are standing there. They say the National Guard, the army, is coming to get him to put him in a maximum security facility. Now, why don't you take they take his mask off? No, I want my mask on. That's, or I'll call my lawyer. I'm gonna call my lawyer if you take my mask away. He's sitting there with a mask on, and then we see, of course, the black leather steel tipped shoe guy coming in there, destroying everything. Red Cloud, sort of an assault rifle. He kills every cop in there. One guy, and if that's Dr. Wynn, Dr. Wynn was an old guy. I think that was an assassin or some sort that worked for the Skirts of Thorn, because we see in the producer's cut of the sixth one that they were all waiting outside with a van, taking Myers out like somebody's just following them into a van, and then taking Jamie into the van and drive away. So I think that guy was an assassin or something. I don't think it's gonna be Dr. Wayne, who was the main cult leader in the sixth one. Spoiler alert, sorry. So this movie is just bad. Bad. It completely destroyed. So it destroyed the fourth one. They say, yes, your mother was in the hospital in ICU, but she survived. But the muting, and then why she becomes mute, they could have just ended it right there, but of course the movie made money. Mustafa Akkad was taking money, and in a rush production, they didn't have a script yet. They took this amateur director called Gerard, and he didn't know jack shit. He said it himself in an interview. He didn't know jack shit about the movies. He just put things in that he thought was funny, or was characters that he thought was funny, or oh, Jesus Christ. at least, like I said, Rob Zombie kept on his course. Okay, the first one was fuck, 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 sex, 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 come, 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 silly, silly, silly. The second one was weird, 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 emotional scene, cool scene, weird, weird, weird. But he stayed with his guns, right? He did what he had to do. But this one just mixed shit up and it became a shitty movie. And that's my opinion on the worst Halloween movie of the franchise, Part 5. Never gonna see it again. Never again. Sorry. See you later. Hope you liked the movie. And see you again. Bye.